Ladies and gentlemen, there are people in this world who will test your patience every single day. People who talk too much, people who doubt you, people who laugh when you're struggling, people who expect you to break the moment life gets heavy. And most people react. They react with anger, they react with stress, they react with emotion, they lose sleep trying to explain themselves to people who were never listened in the first place. But the strongest person in the room is usually the calmest one. See, when you learn how to stop reacting to every little thing, your whole life changes, your mind becomes peaceful, your decisions become sharper, your energy becomes protected. Because every reaction costs you something. Every argument steals your peace. Every emotional outburst steals your focus. Every moment spent proving yourself to the wrong people steals your future. Some of you are exhausted not because life is hard, but because you are emotionally responding to everything. Every opinion hurts you. Every criticism affects you. Every delay frustrates you. Every little disrespect changes your mood for the whole day. That is stress. That is emotional slavery. You cannot control people. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control betrayal. You cannot control delays, fake friends, gossip, rejection, or hard times. But you can control your reaction. And the moment you master that, you become dangerous in the best possible way, because calm people think clearly. Calm people move wisely. Calm people don't waste energy trying to fight every battle. A lion does not react to every barking dog. Some of you are arguing with people who have no direction in life. You're defending yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You're stressing over things that won't even matter 5 years from now. No reaction, no stress. That doesn't mean you become weak. It means you become disciplined. It means you stop allowing temporary emotions to control permanent decisions. Somebody talks bad about you, keep working. Somebody underestimates you, keep building. Somebody leaves your life, keep growing. Your silence will frustrate people more than your anger ever could, because people expect reactions. They expect drama. They expect emotional chaos. But when you stay calm, focused, and unshaken, you win mentally before life even rewards you physically. And let me tell you something. Peace is expensive. Not everybody deserves access to your emotions anymore. Some people only show up to disturb your spirit. Some conversations only exist to drain your energy. Some situations are designed to distract you from your purpose, protect your peace. You don't have to attend every argument you are invited to. You don't have to explain your vision to people with small minds. You don't have to react every time life punches you. Sometimes the greatest power is simply remaining calm while everything around you is falling apart, because storms don't last forever. But emotional decisions can damage your life permanently. There are people sitting in regret today because they reacted too quickly. They ruined relationships, opportunities, lost control of their future because of one emotional moment. Self-control is power. And the older you get, the more you realize that peace matters more than attention. Mental health matters more than being right. Protecting your energy matters more than winning arguments. Some of you need to stop fighting everybody and start focusing on yourself. Focus on your goals. Focus on your healing. Focus on your discipline. Focus on becoming the kind of person that doesn't break under pressure, because pressure reveals character. Anybody can stay calm when life is easy. But can you stay calm when people disrespect you? Can you stay calm when things aren't going your way? Can you stay calm when life becomes unfair? That's maturity. And understand this. Every reaction feeds something. When you react with anger, you feed negativity. When you react with fear, you feed anxiety. When you react with insecurity, you feed weakness. But when you respond with patience, silence, wisdom, and discipline, you feed growth. Your future needs your focus more than your emotions. Somebody in that room has been carrying stress for too long. You wake up stressed. You sleep stressed. Your mind never rests because you keep replaying problems you cannot control. Listen carefully. You cannot heal in chaos. You need mental stillness. You need emotional discipline. You need moments where you stop reacting and simply trust yourself enough to stay calm. Life becomes lighter when you stop taking everything personally. Not every insult deserves your attention. Not every betrayal deserves revenge. Not every setback deserves panic. Sometimes life is teaching you patience. Sometimes life is teaching you emotional control. Sometimes life is teaching you how strong you really are. And strong people are not loud all the time. The strongest people are often silent, focused, and emotionally balanced. They don't waste energy proving themselves. They let results speak. That's another reason people stay stressed today. Too much talking, too much explaining, too much emotional reacting. Move in silence, grow in silence, heal in silence, win in silence, and let success make the noise. You know what destroys many people? Overthinking. They react to things that haven't even happened yet. They create fear in their own minds. They stress over possibilities instead of preparing for opportunities. Fear steals more dreams than failure ever will. And stress is one of the biggest dream killers alive today. Stress destroys confidence. Stress destroys health. Stress destroys focus. Stress makes people quit too early. That's why protecting your mind is important. Feed your mind with strength. Feed your mind with discipline. Feed your mind with purpose. Stop feeding your mind with drama, negativity, gossip, and emotional chaos. Your environment affects your mindset. If you spend all your time around negative people, you will feel heavy every day. If you spend all your time reacting emotionally, you will lose direction. You need calmness, not weakness, not passiveness, calm strength. The type of strength where people can't shake you easily anymore. Imagine becoming so focused on your future that distractions lose their power over you. Imagine becoming so emotionally disciplined that negativity no longer controls your peace. That's growth, and growth changes everything. Some of you are entering a season where your biggest victory will not be money. It will not be fame. It will not be attention. Your biggest victory will be inner peace, being able to sleep peacefully, being able to smile genuinely, being able to walk away from drama without feeling guilty. That is real success. A peaceful mind creates a powerful life. So the next time life tests you, breathe, pause. Think, control yourself, because every reaction is a choice. And when you choose peace over chaos, discipline over emotion, focus over distraction, your entire life begins to change. No reaction, no stress. Most people don't lose their lives in one big moment. They lose themselves little by little through emotional reactions. One bad comment ruins their whole day. One small setback makes them doubt themselves. One argument steals all their peace. And before they realize it, they are living emotionally exhausted. That's why controlling your reactions is one of the most powerful things you can ever learn in life, because life will test you constantly. People will misunderstand you. People will disrespect you. People will ignore your value while expecting access to your energy. And if you react emotionally to everything, you will spend your whole life angry, frustrated, and mentally drained. Some people are carrying stress right now because they respond too quickly. They text back too fast when they're angry. They make decisions while emotional. They speak from pain instead of wisdom, and later they regret it. A lot of damage in life happens in emotional moments. One reaction can destroy trust. One emotional outburst can ruin opportunities. 1 second of anger can create years of pain. That's why maturity is not about age, it's about emotional control. When you start controlling your reactions, you stop giving people power over your emotions, and that changes everything. Because some people know exactly how to trigger you. They know what to say. They know how to make you angry. They know how to distract you from your peace. But the moment you stop reacting the way they expect, you become stronger. Silence becomes your power. Calmness becomes your protection. Some of you need to stop explaining yourselves to everybody. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Not everyone deserves your energy. You keep trying to prove your heart to people committed to misunderstanding you. That is exhausting. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stay quiet and move forward. No argument, no drama, no emotional explosion, just self-control, because reacting emotionally does not solve every problem. Sometimes it makes things worse. You ever notice how peaceful some people look? It's not because their life is perfect. It's because they learned how to stop reacting to everything. They learned how to pause before speaking. They learned how to walk away from unnecessary conflict. They learned how to protect their peace. That's strength. Anybody can yell. Anybody can lose control. Anybody can react with anger, but staying calm when life gets hard, that takes discipline. There are moments in life where people will test your patience on purpose. They want a reaction from you. They want to see you break. They want access to your emotions. And sometimes your greatest victory is refusing to give them that satisfaction. Not every battle deserves your attention. Some arguments are distractions. Some people only bring chaos into your life. Some situations exist only to pull you away from your goals. You have to learn when to stop feeding negativity, because every emotional reaction costs you energy. And energy is valuable. You need that energy for your dreams. You need that energy for your healing. You need that energy for building your future. Stop wasting it on temporary people and temporary problems. Life becomes lighter when you stop reacting instantly. Take a breath. Think carefully. Choose your response wisely. Because once words leave your mouth, you cannot take them back. Some people destroy relationships because they react emotionally instead of communicating wisely. Some people destroy opportunities because they let pride control them. Some people stay stressed every day because they refuse to master their emotions. And the sad part is, Many of those situations could have been avoided with patience. Patience saves lives. Patience protects peace. Patience protects your future. You do not have to respond to everything immediately. You do not have to defend yourself every time somebody talks about you. Let people talk. Your growth will speak louder than arguments ever could. Your success will answer questions your mouth never needs to explain. And when you finally learn how to control your reactions, you stop feeling controlled by life itself. Your mind becomes clearer, your heart becomes lighter, your spirit becomes stronger, because calm people think better, calm people move smarter. Calm people survive storms that emotionally unstable people cannot handle. And sometimes the most powerful thing a human being can do is stay calm while everything around them is trying to pull them into chaos. Peace is something people talk about like it's easy to find. But real peace is expensive. You pay for it by walking away from drama. You pay for it by letting go of toxic people. You pay for it by learning when to stay silent. And a lot of people lose their peace because they give too many people access to their emotions. Everybody does not deserve your energy. Some people only show up to disturb your spirit. They bring confusion, they bring negativity, they bring stress into every room they enter. And if you are not careful, they will steal your happiness little by little. That's why protecting your peace is not selfish. It's necessary because this world is loud. People constantly have opinions about your life. People judge your choices without understanding your struggles. People criticize your growth because they stayed the same. And if you try to respond to every voice around you, your mind will never rest. Some of you are mentally exhausted because your spirit has been carrying too much noise, too much drama, too many fake friendships, too many emotional conversations that leave you drained. You smile outside, but inside you feel tired all the time. That is what happens when peace is not protected. You start losing yourself slowly. Your sleep changes. Your patience changes. Your happiness disappears. And the scary part is that sometimes you don't even notice it happening. You become so used to stress that chaos starts feeling normal. But peace should feel normal. Being calm should feel normal. Waking up without anxiety should feel normal. There comes a point in life where you realize protecting your mental peace matters more than proving yourself to people. Not every argument deserves your response. Some people only argue because they want attention. Some people only criticize because they are unhappy with themselves. And if you keep feeding negativity with your energy, it grows stronger inside your life. You have to learn when to disconnect. You have to learn when to stop answering every message. Stop attending every conflict. Stop allowing everybody access to your emotions. Boundaries protect peace. A lot of people feel guilty for choosing themselves. They stay in toxic situations too long because they don't want to disappoint others. But while they are protecting everybody else's feelings, nobody is protecting theirs. That pain is real. Some people have spent years carrying emotional weight that was never theirs to carry, trying to fix everybody, trying to save everybody, trying to make everybody happy. And in the process, they lost their own peace. You cannot pour endlessly into people who only drain you. At some point, you must choose yourself, not out of arrogance, not out of hate, out of survival. Because stress destroys people quietly. It steals joy slowly. It steals focus slowly. It steals confidence slowly. And many people don't realize how damaged they are until they finally experience peace again. That moment when your phone is quiet. That moment when your heart finally relaxes. That moment when your mind is no longer fighting invisible battles. That feeling is priceless. Protect it. Not everybody deserves to know your next move. Not everybody deserves access to your personal life. Move quietly sometimes. Heal privately. Grow privately. There is power in protecting your space. You know what happens when you finally value your peace? You stop chasing unnecessary attention. You stop begging people to understand you. You stop forcing relationships that constantly hurt you. And suddenly your life becomes lighter. Your smile becomes real again. Your energy changes. Because peace heals things stress destroys. Some of you need to stop returning to places that damage your spirit. Every time you go back, your peace disappears. Every time you reconnect, your anxiety returns. Listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. Not every connection is healthy. Some people only know how to create chaos. And protecting your peace sometimes means loving people from a distance. It means saying no without guilt. It means walking away without explaining yourself forever, because peace is not weakness. Peace is strength. It takes strength to remain calm in a loud world. It takes strength to walk away from drama instead of feeding it. It takes strength to choose healing over emotional chaos. And when you finally protect your peace like it matters, your whole life begins to feel different. A lot of people think strength is about muscles, money, or being loud, but real strength is emotional. Real strength is staying calm when life is trying to break you. It's easy to act strong when everything is going your way. It's easy to smile when life feels comfortable. But what about the moments when nothing makes sense? What about the nights when your heart feels heavy? What about the moments when people disappoint you? What about the times when life hits you so hard you feel emotionally tired? That is where emotional discipline matters most, because emotions are powerful. One emotional decision can change your entire life. People lose relationships because of uncontrolled anger. People destroy opportunities because of pride. People ruin their peace because they react before they think. And afterward, they sit alone replaying moments they wish they handled differently. That pain is real. Some of the deepest regrets in life come from emotional reactions, words spoken in anger, actions made in frustration, decisions made while hurt. That's why emotional discipline is one of the greatest forms of power a human being can develop. It teaches you how to pause. Not every feeling deserves an immediate reaction. Sometimes your emotions are temporary, but the consequences are permanent. And the older you get, the more you realize that controlling yourself is harder than controlling anything else. Anybody can blame people. Anybody can explode emotionally. Anybody can lose control when life becomes difficult. But staying balanced during hard moments, that takes real inner strength. Some people look calm on the outside, but inside they are fighting battles nobody can see. Still, they keep showing up. Still, they keep pushing forward. That is emotional strength. Crying doesn't make you weak. Feeling pain doesn't make you weak. What makes you strong is refusing to let pain destroy your character. Life will disappoint you sometimes. People you trusted may hurt you. People you loved may leave you. Plans may fail. And in those moments, your emotions will try to control you. Anger will tell you to react. Pain will tell you to give up. Fear will tell you to stop believing in yourself. But emotional discipline teaches you how to stay grounded even while hurting. That's powerful. Some of you are carrying emotions you never talk about. You smile around people while secretly fighting anxiety, stress, sadness, or disappointment. And sometimes it feels like nobody understands how heavy your mind really feels. But emotional discipline is not pretending everything is okay. It's learning how to feel emotions without becoming controlled by them. There is a difference, because ignoring emotions is dangerous. But allowing emotions to control your life is dangerous too. You have to find balance. You have to learn how to calm your mind before making decisions, take a breath before responding, take a moment before reacting emotionally. Sometimes silence saves relationships. Sometimes patience saves your future. People who master emotional discipline don't allow temporary feelings to ruin permanent blessings. That's why they move differently. They don't panic easily. They don't argue with everybody. They don't waste energy proving themselves constantly. They understand something many people never learn. Peace is more valuable than winning every argument. A calm mind sees opportunities emotional people miss. When your emotions control you, your focus disappears. You overthink. You stress constantly. You make fear-based decisions. But when emotional discipline becomes part of your life, your thinking becomes clearer. You stop reacting to every opinion. You stop letting negativity destroy your mood. You stop giving people power over your emotions. That freedom changes your life, because some people know exactly how to disturb your peace. They know your weaknesses. They know your triggers. And emotional discipline teaches you not to hand them control. Not every insult deserves your anger. Not every betrayal deserves revenge. Sometimes your greatest power is remaining calm while life expects you to fall apart. That kind of strength cannot be faked. It is built through pain, built through disappointment, built through difficult moments that force you to grow emotionally. And once you develop that strength, life cannot shake you as easily anymore. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in life is because they give too much attention to distractions. Every little comment affects them. Every negative opinion changes their mood. Every small problem pulls them away from their goals. And before they realize it, years pass by while they are emotionally reacting to things that never truly mattered. Focus is powerful. When you know where you are going in life, distractions start looking smaller. But the problem is, most people lose focus too easily. They start chasing validation instead of purpose. They start arguing instead of growing. They start proving themselves instead of improving themselves. That is how dreams slowly die. Some people had big goals once. They wanted to build something meaningful. They wanted to become successful. They wanted peace, discipline, happiness. But distractions stole their energy. Toxic relationships distracted them. Negative people distracted them. Social media distracted them. Fear distracted them. And now they feel lost. That pain is real, because deep inside, many people know they are capable of more. They know they are wasting time, They know they are emotionally attached to things slowing them down. But letting go is hard, especially when distractions come disguised as comfort. Some distractions feel good temporarily. Staying around the wrong people feels familiar. Overthinking feels normal. Constant drama becomes addictive, and slowly your focus disappears. You wake up tired without understanding why. Your goals feel distant. Your motivation fades. Not because you are weak, but because your energy is being pulled in too many directions. Focus requires sacrifice. You cannot grow while constantly entertaining negativity. You cannot build a peaceful life while feeding emotional chaos every day. At some point, you must decide what matters more, temporary emotions or long-term purpose. Because purpose demands discipline. There will always be distractions. People will doubt you. People will gossip about you. People will try to pull you into unnecessary conflict. But you have to protect your direction. Not every invitation deserves your attention. Some conversations only exist to waste your time. Some people only appear when they sense your growth. And if you are not careful, you will spend your life reacting instead of building. That's why successful people move differently. They understand that attention is valuable. Where your attention goes, your life follows. If you constantly focus on negativity, your life becomes heavy. If you constantly focus on drama, your mind becomes exhausted. But when your focus stays connected to your purpose, everything changes. Your habits improve. Your confidence grows. Your future becomes clearer. Some of you need to stop looking around so much. Stop comparing your life to everybody else. Comparison destroys focus. You start feeling behind. You start doubting your journey. You start rushing your growth because somebody else seems ahead. But everybody's path is different. You don't know what battles people are secretly fighting. Stay focused on your own journey. Water your own future. There are people right now wasting years trying to impress people who don't even support them. That is heartbreaking. Imagine sacrificing your peace just to gain approval from people who never truly valued you. Imagine abandoning your dreams because fear of judgment became stronger than your purpose. Too many people live like that. Too many people shrink themselves because distractions became louder than their vision. But purpose requires tunnel vision sometimes. You have to block out noise. You have to stop explaining every move. You have to stop reacting emotionally every time somebody misunderstands you. Not everyone will understand your goals, and that's okay. Your responsibility is not to convince everybody. Your responsibility is to stay committed to your growth even when nobody claps for you. That takes strength. Real focus is difficult in a distracted world. Every day something tries to steal your attention. Bad news, negative opinions, fear, doubt. And if you feed those distractions daily, your mind becomes weak. Protect your focus, protect your dreams, protect your energy. Some opportunities only come once in life. And it would be painful to miss your future because you spent too much time reacting to temporary distractions. The people who truly succeed are not always the smartest. Sometimes they are simply the most focused. They keep going while others get distracted. They stay disciplined while others chase drama. They stay committed while others quit emotionally. And eventually that focus changes their entire life. Some people think power is being loud. They think strength is about proving yourself constantly, arguing with everybody or showing the world how tough you are. But real strength is often quiet. Real strength is staying calm when people expect you to explode. Real strength is walking away from drama even when you have every reason to react. Silence and patience are not weakness, they are discipline. And discipline is rare today. Most people react immediately. They speak while angry. They make decisions while emotional. They allow temporary feelings to control permanent actions. And later they wonder why their peace disappeared. Patience protects you from becoming your worst version. Because anger can make good people say terrible things. Pain can make people destroy relationships they once cared about deeply. That's why silence can be powerful. Not every situation deserves your words. Some battles are better ignored. Some people only want access to your emotions. They provoke you because they want a reaction. They want to see you lose control. And when you finally stop giving people emotional access to you, your life becomes lighter. You stop feeling drained all the time. You stop carrying unnecessary stress. Some people spend years fighting battles that never needed their attention. Arguments online. Pointless drama trying to prove themselves to people committed to misunderstanding them. That is exhausting. Silence saves energy, and energy matters. You need your energy for healing. You need your energy for growth. You need your energy for building the future you dream about. Not every opinion deserves your response. Sometimes people judge you because they cannot understand your journey. Sometimes people criticize you because your growth reminds them of their own lack of effort. And if you react emotionally to every negative voice around you, you will lose focus on your purpose. Patience teaches you how to wait without falling apart. That's difficult, especially in painful seasons, especially when life feels unfair. You pray for things that take longer than expected. You work hard without immediate results. You give your best while feeling unnoticed. And frustration starts building inside you. But patience reminds you that growth takes time. Some of the strongest people you know survived because they learned how to stay patient during difficult moments. They didn't quit emotionally. They didn't allow temporary pain to destroy their future. That's real strength. Some people mistake silence for weakness because they don't understand self-control. Not reacting immediately does not mean you are afraid. Sometimes silence means you are wise enough to protect your peace. There are moments in life where saying less saves you from bigger problems, because once words leave your mouth, you cannot take them back. A lot of damage happens in emotional conversations. People say things they regret forever. People destroy trust in moments of anger, and afterward they wish they had stayed quiet. Silence gives you time to think. Silence gives you time to breathe. Silence gives you space to respond wisely instead of emotionally. And patience changes the way you handle pain. Instead of panicking, you stay steady. Instead of exploding emotionally, you stay grounded. That kind of calmness is powerful, especially in a world filled with noise. Everybody wants attention today. Everybody wants to be heard. But few people know how to listen to themselves quietly. Some of your biggest life decisions should be made in silence, away from pressure, away from noise, away from people constantly influencing your emotions, because peace speaks softly. You cannot hear wisdom clearly when your life is full of emotional chaos. Patience also teaches you trust. Trust that your hard work matters. Trust that healing takes time. Trust that delayed results do not mean failure. A seed grows underground before anybody sees it. And sometimes your life is growing in ways you cannot yet understand. That's why patience matters. Not everything happens immediately. Not every prayer gets answered overnight. But emotional people quit too early because they mistake delay for defeat. Strong people stay patient even when life becomes uncomfortable. Strong people stay silent instead of arguing with everybody. Strong people understand that protecting peace is more important than proving a point. And many times in life, your silence will say more than your anger ever could. A calm mind can save your life. Not money, not fame, not attention. Your mind, because when your mind is at peace, you think differently. You move differently. You make decisions that protect your future instead of destroying it emotionally. But most people today live with noisy minds. Their thoughts never stop. Stress follows them everywhere. Fear controls their decisions. And slowly that pressure changes who they are. You can see it in their faces sometimes. They smile outside, but inside they are overwhelmed. Too many thoughts, too much pressure, too many invisible battles nobody knows about. That kind of mental exhaustion is real. Some people are physically present but mentally tired every single day. They overthink everything. One small problem becomes a disaster inside their mind. One mistake becomes proof that they are failing in life. And the sad part is that many people suffer more in their thoughts than in reality. That's why a calm mind is powerful, because calmness creates clarity. When your emotions are out of control, your thinking becomes dangerous. You say things you don't mean. You make rushed decisions. You allow fear to control your actions. But when your mind is calm, you see situations differently. You stop reacting emotionally to every challenge. You pause, you breathe, you think clearly. And that one moment of calmness can protect your future. Some people ruined opportunities because they panicked too quickly. Some relationships ended because anger became stronger than communication. Some dreams disappeared because fear convinced people to quit too early. A calm mind helps you survive difficult moments without destroying yourself emotionally. That's strength, because life will test your mental peace constantly. There will be delays. There will be disappointments. There will be moments where things feel uncertain. And in those moments, your mind becomes your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. If your mind is filled with fear, negativity, and stress, every challenge feels impossible. But if your mind stays calm, you can handle pressure with wisdom. That changes everything. A calm mind also protects your health. Stress damages people slowly. It steals sleep. It steals focus. It steals joy. Some people look alive physically, but mentally they are exhausted from carrying too much emotional weight. And many times the problem is not life itself. The problem is uncontrolled thinking. Overthinking destroys peace. You replay conversations repeatedly. You imagine worst-case scenarios constantly. You create anxiety about things that haven't even happened. That mental chaos drains your energy every day, and eventually it affects your confidence. You stop trusting yourself. You become emotionally weak because your mind never rests. That's why protecting your thoughts matters so much. Not every thought deserves your attention. Some thoughts are fear speaking. Some thoughts are insecurity speaking. And if you believe every negative thought in your mind, you will stay trapped emotionally. A calm mind learns how to separate reality from fear. It learns patience. It learns emotional balance. Some of the wisest people in the world are not the loudest people. They are calm. They don't rush every decision. They don't react emotionally to every situation. They understand that clear thinking creates better outcomes. And honestly, peace of mind becomes more valuable as you grow older. You stop chasing noise. You stop wanting drama. You stop needing validation from everybody because mental peace feels better than temporary attention ever could. Some people lose themselves trying to impress others. They carry stress daily trying to meet impossible expectations, trying to make everybody happy, trying to fit everywhere, and eventually their mind becomes exhausted. A calm mind teaches you something important. You cannot control everything. You cannot control people's opinions. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot control every situation life throws at you, but you can control how you respond mentally. You can choose peace over panic. You can choose patience over emotional chaos. You can choose clarity over fear. And those choices shape your future because your life will always follow the direction of your mind. If your mind stays trapped in negativity, fear, and stress, your life feels heavy. But when your mind becomes calm, focused, and emotionally balanced, your decisions improve, your confidence grows, and your future begins to open in ways stress never allowed you to see.